Alright everybody, we made it. Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason Sebastian and this is Butterfly Square Garden. As you can see, this is another drawing video. And as you can see from the title, this is day 3 of drawing portraits every day for a year. Yay, woohoo! At the end of last video, I promised myself and you guys that I would practice doing the planes of the face. I did that on my own, so I just thought I'd start the video by showing you. That's what I practiced last night after the video with you guys. And it's just, the ball in the plane, and then you divide it up, and you get all the facial features. Oops, I hit the camera. But, let's get this out of the way for a second. And let's get all of my colored pencils out of the way. Aren't they pretty? I just love how colorful they are. I've got my books right here. These are some of the facial planes that I was using, as it says in the book, basic and secondary planes of the head. And you should have them memorized, blah, 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 fixed in your mind to help you build. And this was from Drawing the Head and the Hands by Andrew Loomis. Get that out of the way for now. Underneath, I've got, again, I was using this last night, the divided ball and plane method. That's what I was just talking about. You've got the ball, you divide it up, and then you build, build, build. Underneath, it shows that's how you would fit the skull inside. This is Fun with a Pencil, again by Andrew Loomis. Let's get that out of the way. And then underneath, I was using this as well, more facial planes. The structures and surface forms of the head, face, and neck. This is from Classic Human Anatomy, an artist's guides to form, function, and movement by Valerie L. Winslow. So, if I may, we are going to do this with my beautiful face, since I am the only model who is willing to sit for myself for an hour every single day. And yeah, make sure you're ready with a pencil and an eraser. And the only other materials you'll need, class, since we're a class and we're working together, is a mirror. I've got this nice handy dandy. Can you see yourself in the mirror? No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be freaky though? So those are all the materials that you need: a pencil, a paper, and a mirror. If you don't have a mirror, I don't know, use your webcam or something. But I don't want to, talk for too long. Let's just jump right into the video drawing portion. I don't know, don't forget to like and subscribe. How else do you start a video? Tell me your favorite medium to draw or paint with. Are you an artist? Of course you're an artist, because you're here. Unless you just want to watch me. That's not as fun, because we're all learning together. That's the whole purpose of this. It would be more fun as a community, because then we would all be able to draw together and build upon each other's drawings. So that's how you start drawing a face, with a circle, a ball. And then you, oops, let me move the mirror because the light's reflecting and that's bothering me. I'm going to try to do like a 3/4 again. I really liked that. Oh, goodness. The light is very bothersome. I don't like bright lights in my eyes, everybody. So I'm going to do a midline. We start very lightly, very lightly. You can barely even see what I'm drawing, but at least you can see the motion of my hand as I go. This right here is the brow line, everybody, the brow line. And then also, according to the book, Andrew Loomis is drawing the head and the hands. After you draw the circle, imagine you chop the sides off the circle, because our heads aren't really round. They're more like egg-shaped, and a lot of art teachers tell you to start with an egg, but that's bad teaching because we don't really have egg shapes. Well, that's not what I meant. It is egg shaped, but you can't start that way because it's wrong. So yeah. Circle, ball, divided up. Also, check this out. Since I'm touching it, I got my vaccination booster today. It's still a pandemic, so get your booster if you can. Everyone in America is eligible now. So after you've got your the midline, you divide it into 4 sections. So here's the brow line, and then here would be the hairline, which then goes down like this. Do 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 do. Brow line, hairline. This would be like the nose line, and then one more section down is the chin. And I really hope my webcam lasts for the whole video because it froze before I started the video, and that would be not fun for me. So, maybe even make that a little bit lower. Okie dokies. And then you can connect that down, bring it down a little bit. You can even do like the cheekbones over here. I'm like barely even looking at my face. I'm just getting started. Do 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 do. I should use my references on the side, but I'm like already going off script. Not off script, off whatever. La 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 la. So yeah, imagine you're building a house. You wouldn't want to start with the roof. You'd want to start with the foundation. Do 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 do. This is where the jaw attaches, right here on the side of the ball, and then we've got our ear shape over here. Under the brow line is the glabella, my favorite word these days. It's like a little triangle. That's your glabella. And I remember the brow line. Yes, so the eye shape goes about here. And then the nose comes down like so. A little ball on the tip of my nose. Do this over here. I'll do a little bit of that over there. Not as big though, because it's on an angle. Can't really see the bottom underneath my nose, so I'm not going to draw that. The mouth goes somewhere a little above the midline between the nose and the chin. As you can see, that's coming out pretty good so far. I'm not complaining. My eyebrows and stuff would go here, but before I go into the details, I just want to get the basic structure down. So, coming down almost right by my ears, my neck. And I see the shoulders a little above my chin on this side. I keep moving, so it doesn't make for the best model, but unless one of you want to come and model for me, I've got myself and no one else. Starting to get the muscle memory. I've talked about that in the other videos. The more you draw, the more you draw, then the more you can draw. Doesn't that make sense? No, the more you draw, the easier it gets to draw without really thinking about what you're drawing. La 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 la. Got a cheek here and a cheek here. And I've got a mustache. Before I start drawing all of that, I really should do some shadows, some shading. Oops. Yeah, the shading really comes after you put in the foundation, or the structure. And my hair is really dark, so I'm going to just go ham with shading in my hair. La 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 la. How was your day, everybody? Did you do anything fun? The ear goes down to about my nose. And then on top of my ear is my headphone. On that side. It's a little higher on my right side than my left side, which I only noticed after I drew it. Luckily I drew it in the right spot. And it comes down. Yeah, because all of our skulls are the same shape. So if you want to practice, start with the skull, or start with the ball and plane. You know how it is. It's tricky because even though you're looking directly at my face, most people want to go directly to drawing the eyes, drawing the nose, mouth, and stuff. But it's important to get the shadows kind of in place first. Like, you know, this whole side of my face is dark. So if I start drawing my facial hair and stuff before I do anything else, it's like, ugh, goodness. I'm trying to reference the book while I talk, and I'm having a hard time doing that. Because I don't remember exactly how all the words in the book go. I could probably have my hairline come all the way down to here. That's where I had originally drawn it. So I will fix that. It's weird because I have to look at my drawing from the side of my eye in order to keep my face in the right spot. So isn't that fun, everybody? Okay, so the glabella goes into the nose. And I know you guys, I don't know how you feel about measuring, but measuring is like really important. I've got an eye here, an eye here. And I haven't gotten the hang of this yet, but you're supposed to know how to draw the actual eyeball in the orbital, which is the eye socket. If you can draw a whole eyeball first and then draw the eyelids on top of it, that helps you give a round appearance. Because your eyeballs are round. I know everyone is really used to drawing the almond shape, and even in my last drawing, I didn't do the best job giving my eyes 3 dimensions. They looked like flat almonds. So that's something I want to work on. And make sure you take your time while you're drawing, everybody. This ain't no race. Although, I do want to get good at speed drawing. Like, wouldn't it be cool to just be like, and then you sketch out a whole face really good? But that comes with experience, so otherwise you just get a big ol' mess. So yeah, I'm gonna continue shading the shadows on this side of my face because the light's coming from this side, so everything over here is all shadow. Day 3. I can't believe we're already on day 3, everybody. Show me your work. I want to see what you've accomplished. The headset is all dark, so I'm going to just do that. Make it a little bigger, actually. This one can come down a little lower. Yeah, because it really only goes to here, so. Boop, 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 boop. The better you have the underneath structure, the easier it is to draw the rest of the face. So, something's wrong. There we go. I'm like, why isn't my drawing matching my face? It's because I keep moving my face. And it's important to not overwork one part of your drawing and leave the rest of your drawing unattended. You really need to keep the whole thing kind of moving at the same time. Like if you only draw your eyes and ignore the rest of your drawing, you might have good eyes, but it wouldn't fit well. And when we're drawing, it's supposed to feel like putting a puzzle piece together. You know, we're not going to struggle to make anything fit. We're just casually putting down what we see. So, with that said, and there's like a little dimple on the side of my head over here. I can do more of a shadow on this side. And again, I don't know if this is going to come out good. I'll do my best, but keep in mind that I'm going to be drawing every single day, so as soon as I'm done, it's kind of like, that's it, I'm done. I don't really need to hang this on the wall or anything. Maybe if I really like it, I'll hang it on the wall, but I'm not doing this in order to get a good work of art. I'm just doing this so I can practice drawing. So, I don't know if any of you are Redditors or anything. I see lots of posts on Reddit of like, hey, look, I drew a hand. What do you think? Isn't it great? Or I drew an eye. I drew this thing. And my answer is always like, good job. Now do it again. You know? Do something. You gotta keep working it, everybody. So I know underneath the eye should be shadow. And drawing is just like any other skill, you know? Progress is going to be slow. So just do your best, everybody, and enjoy the process, you know? If you're drawing and you only focus on like how good the drawing is coming out, it's really not as much of an enjoyable process. Drawing is supposed to be stress relief. It's supposed to be relieving. This is all shadowy too. I think that can come up a little higher. Alright, so we know that I'm constantly measuring. So like the tip of my nose and the point of my eye match. So I'm like, let's put a little more in. And put, oh my goodness, I'm putting in the iris. I'm so excited. That's like the most exciting part. Drawing eyes is fun. Alright, so this is all supposed to be shadow. It's like a really dark shadow right there. Yeah, if you want your drawings to be three-dimensional, you gotta go real dark where you see shadows. So you'll get more comfortable doing that with experience. Like, I'm not perfect right now, but hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be like a master portrait drawer. That's what I want. I want to be a master portrait drawer. What do you guys want to be? I want to be artist. I mean, I am an artist, but I want to be like accept like, you know, I want to make work that I'm proud of. Not that I don't care about you guys, but I'm only competing with myself. It's okay. Let's keep going. Eyebrow goes like all the way to the edge of my face. Really, if I were to recommend, if anyone out there is like, if you were to give me advice on how to draw, how to get good at drawing, I would say set a timer and start drawing. And like I said in the last video, don't just start drawing willy-nilly. Like, yes, of course, at least in the beginning. But I personally didn't see any remarkable improvement until I got the anatomy books and I got Andrew Loomis's actual instructional book, How to Draw the Face and Hands. Drawing the mouth. I can never talk while I'm drawing my mouth. Sorry, everybody. I'll just hum. And the mouth goes basically up until your pupil. All right. Cool, cool, cool. And moving right along. I have really, really dark hair, so that's where the majority of my pencil is going to be focusing. La 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 la. I'll probably get some nice background music eventually. But isn't this a nice little intimate, you know? You get me, me, me. Nothing else. I have one shoulder way, way higher than the other, so that's what I'm drawing. How do you guys hold your pencils? Because I go back and forth in different kinds of ways. I've got a nice little shadow right here. I like drawing that one in. Do 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 do. And take your time and take your time. Drawing shadows is hard because, I mean, it's not hard. It just depends on what frame of mind you're in. So I really highly recommend another book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. It really gets into like what's going on in your head while someone is learning how to draw. It's important to understand the neural psychology, whatever. My goodness, oh my goodness. Aren't we having fun, everybody? Take your time. I'm thinking maybe by number 30. Let's give it 30, absolutely 40. I remember when I was in gymnastics, I learned that it takes 4 weeks in order to make a new habit every single day. I was doing push-ups or something, And I don't know, I think I got to 40 and then I stopped. I don't know why. I didn't make the habit. But if I can draw for 4 weeks, then I will have the habits and then it won't be a struggle. So that's why today's video is late, because, I mean, not late like a day late, it's just late. I'm drawing at night, because I was procrastinating, so I guess another good thing would be drawing earlier in the day, so that's what I'll try to do in the morning. I'll try to draw earlier in the afternoon. The nose shadow goes like all over here. If you're stuck in one spot, try moving to a different spot in your drawing. Like, don't give up on it. Don't avoid. Something's wrong with my eyes. If you're struggling with something, like say you're not good at drawing hands, draw hands, you know? You can't be afraid. You'll never get better. I want to be really good at drawing portraits. That's what I was saying before. It's not necessarily hard, but it's easy to see whether it looks like the person or not. And in the beginning, it doesn't always look like the person that you're drawing, so people get frustrated and they stop drawing. And that's really sad because you're on the right track, you know? So just keep doing what you're doing. I have such nice eyebrows. When I was younger, everyone made fun of my eyebrows. In Boy Scouts, they called me caterpillar eyebrows. Ha 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 ha. And cankles. Don't you guys love learning these little facts about me? Do 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 do. I did have really big ankles, but that's good because I've never twisted an ankle. Don't jinx me. Again, there's like a cheek over here, so I'm going to do a little more shadow around my cheek. How far are we? 30 minutes into the video. Oh my goodness, how'd that happen? Well, we've got 30 more minutes because it's an hour class before I stop, so that's just the habit that I've gotten into, drawing for an hour. For my first couple of drawing videos, by the end my hand hurt so bad, but that was because I was using colored pencils and you had to push really hard, so I am trying to save my hand by drawing lightly so I can do it again tomorrow. This needs to be darker because it's my mustache. Do. Make sure you're looking at your face in the mirror and not only at your drawing, because let me tell you, you're going to mess up. I started trying to draw the hairs in before I even got it dark enough, so don't do that, everybody. And you will be going over and over and over spots, you know? It's not like you're going to draw it once and be done. You're going to keep visiting those spots, making it a little better, you know, tweak it here, tweak it there. And I'm going to have to practice doing these individually. That's another way that I started. When I wanted to practice drawing faces, but I wasn't happy with how it never came out looking like a face, you know. Just draw an eye, and then when you're done drawing that eye, just try drawing a nose. They don't have to be together. Try drawing lips, see how it goes. A do 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 do. It's just so nice. I mean, theoretically, or not theoretically, ideally, when you're drawing, try drawing without talking because they're two totally different parts of the brain. Or, I know the brain communicates with hemispheres, and they have debunked brain theory where no one is necessarily only right brain or left brain. There's a mixture. It goes back and forth. They coordinate with each other. But we do have a part of the brain that focuses on linguistics. Um, it's very literal. This whole thing needs to be darker. That's what's bothering me. It's analytic. It's set in time. It's very time oriented and sequential, numeric. And that's good for daily life and everything. But then there's another part of the brain which is irrational, abstract, not time oriented, and it's spatial. Um, so if you've ever been running or doing yoga or playing a sport, some people describe it as being in the flow state. Um, and it's really nice because when you're in the flow state, it's like very healing. You're not anxious about what's going on around you. So if you're ever like sitting in a waiting room or something and you're like, "Oh God, like what am I going to do with myself?" Pull out a napkin or something and just start drawing. And then you get lost in it, and then before you know it, like an hour's passed and you're like, "Oh my God, what happened? Where did I go?" It's like hypnosis. Do 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 do. This part is like really dark. Let's see. Just trying to get the feel of the way my hair is going. And drawing gets easier, you know, the more you do it. Like if you're going to draw SpongeBob or Mickey Mouse, the first time you draw it, it might not look exactly like them, but try drawing it 5, 10, 15, 20 times, and then you're like, "Oh, well, I've practiced this enough. I know where the nose goes. I know where all the pieces go." You don't have to think about it as much anymore. The headset I like always fuck up on, so I'm kind of being a little more careful with my headset. Let's see it. Comes like this and goes up, across my head, like that. Trying to get like a nice, good line. That's like the very last thing that you do, though, is clean up your line work. So, and then it actually comes out a little bit behind. That's kind of what I was missing before. You can even see a little bit of my hair bun because I have long hair. I want to get to the point where I can just like suggest where everything is. It's very zen. Zen artwork is like you don't put it all in. You leave some for the imagination to fill it in for you. So if you can make a line that causes people's imagination to fill in the rest, then that's even better. Like a hard line on my nose over there. I'm like, what is going on in this one spot? go darker, darker, darker. So yeah, everything I feel like is pretty much in its spot. We did that right at the beginning, and then the rest is just, it feels almost like tracing, because everything is already there. So it's not like a surprise where things pop out at you. It's like, oh, I'm just building upon what's already there. Oops. Oh man, that's what's going on. I turn my head and the eyes move. I'm drawing my eyes where it's looking straight on, and then I turn my head and my eyes move, so that's why the eyes are off. So I'll remember that for next time. I shall remember that for next time, because now my eyes are looking in different directions. But again, it's only day 3, everybody. Give me a break. Yeah, my eyes are supposed to be in the corner of my eyes, but I drew them in the middle, so oh well. Oh, schwells. Oh, schwells. I also drew my eyebrows too high over the glabella, so that's another thing. I always give myself a really long horse face. There's shadow here. Which means that I have to go darker. My hairline. And then this goes like literally through my head this way. When you're finally done with your really light pencil work and you start going with dark lines, you still have to be careful. I know I'm saying that it's easy once everything's in place, but you can still mess up with a dark line that's misplaced, so, you gotta be careful about stuff like that. Do. And like I keep saying, I'm drawing today so that my drawing tomorrow will be better, because if I skip today, then tomorrow's drawing would look like what I'm drawing today, because I haven't gained any experience. But if I draw today, then tomorrow's drawing will be better. And even if it's not like a better drawing, it's better because as an artist, I have more experience. And that's what it's all about, folks. Yeah, my eyes are never dark enough. And then out of nowhere, they're too dark. And I'm like, wait, what? How did that happen? Let's try to get, like... I'm really bad at drawing eyelids, because I always skip them. So maybe I'll do a couple days where I just practice drawing eyelids. But the better you are at drawing eyes, the more people are going to like your drawings. That's really the first thing they look at, because when you're looking at a drawing of a person, it's like has its own life to it. Make my eyebrows darker now. I was like, let's just make this whole thing darker. If I do this, one day I'll do that when I draw on all my wrinkles. That would be fun. Wrinkles, wrinkles, wrinkles. That's another thing when you're an artist. The subject that you're drawing, you start to bond with it. And it's just an interesting experience because you'll see like a wrinkle or like, I don't know, something fatty or something. And you're just like, or just like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful shadow. So, even though the model might not be stereotypically beautiful, those are the things that start to stand out. My eyebrows go really sharply upwards. Oh well, it's not perfect. If every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. Who knows what show that's from? Drop it below in the comments. That's how I'll know you're watching my videos, everybody. No, I actually do know if you're watching the videos or not because I literally compulsively check them. Like, I'm not making videos to get view counts, but, you know, it is kind of validating. I don't even feel like I'm doing work that's good enough for people to check in on me yet, so we'll see where we are a year from now. If something's going back in space, you'd want to make it darker. Give it some shadow. I'm literally only going to be drawing for an hour, so we're almost out of time. What do you think? Does it look like me? I mean, hey, it kind of looks like me. In the end, we will do a little critique, and you can see what my previous drawings look like. And I'll probably get faster in the future. And use less lines. Like, as much as I'm enjoying this, I do want to get to the point where instead of like shading, I just want to do a sketch. Was that good? That wasn't very good. I'll be drawing in one spot, and if it's like, it's all attached to each other, so if I make one spot darker, you gotta make the spot next to it darker. It's like really dark over here. I'm making that shadow darker than the rest of my hair. I'm just really quickly blocking this in because I want it to be darker. I don't want to have an hour-long video where I'm just making the same lines darker and darker. Like, I want it to have some meaning. And then it kind of starts going like this. That's what my hair looks like, everybody. And here it's kind of like sideways. My eyebrows kind of go like that. good. Come down on the sides like that. I have a pencil that rotates so that it's always sharp on one side, which is cool, but sometimes I'd want to use a lighter tone, and it's like only a sharp line. That's how my mustache goes. I'm gonna have to practice like shading. I'm struggling with having dark lines that look like a shadow and dark lines that are my hair, which are totally different. But it's pretty much the end of the video, so I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. It's actually shadowy over here. That's dark, that's all very dark. What do you guys think? Is it like the worst drawing you've ever seen? No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to remain positive. Isn't it the best drawing you've ever seen? Next time I'll have my eyebrows much lower. And I'll probably start practicing the anatomy more. Just like simple things. If I practice drawing eyes a lot, then the next time I draw my eyes, they'll be better eyes. You can probably put some shadow like that. Shadow here. It's important to pick out like what's the darkest spot of your drawing and what's the brightest part of your drawing. My drawings are still looking pretty flat, but I figure it takes a couple days of drawing before I really get into like placing the dark lines correctly, and then that's what makes your drawing pop. And I'm getting lead all over. I'm starting to ink up the wrong spots. Not ink, you know what I mean. My hair is messy. I have messy hair. And a nice, strong jaw. What else? What else? What else? It's like a little shadow over here. blending anything that I think maybe would be better off blended more. Oops, tip of my lead fell out. That means I need more. How exciting. When I did that, my lips basically disappeared, so yay for that. A big part of drawing is knowing like what's going well and what isn't. So like as a beginner artist, sometimes you're like, well, I want to get better, but I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. So, I don't know. Just keep at it. Set a timer. Start with 5 minutes. Like, don't overdo it and then be like, oh, God, this is too much work. I'm just going to take a break and then never come back to it. You know, start with, that's how I like to meditate too. If you guys meditate, meditate before you draw. I didn't today. Drawing is my meditation, but I like to set a timer for 5 minutes, and then when the timer goes off, I'm like, ooh, that was a good session. And then I'll reset the timer, and I'll do 10 minutes. And then at the end of that, when the timer goes off, I'm like, ooh, that was a good sesh. And then I'll set the timer for 20 minutes. So I'm drawing for an hour because I got nothing better to do. No, I'm just kidding. Sort of. And I know the whites of my eyes are white, but you still need to shade them. Oh my goodness. Eh. Eh, eh, eh. And my clavicle. Goes like that. My shirt. Do 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 do. Make sure you get a shadow underneath your face, just so it's not floating in the middle of the air. You've got to attach it to your neck. Draw in some wrinkles that I see. Wrinkle, 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 wrinkle. Probably not going to color in the headset today. Maybe, yeah, I'll do it real quick. That's what I'm going to do now real quick. Another trick, if you guys are brand new to drawing with faces, is if you flip it upside down, it's really easy to see what's wrong, because we have a part of the brain that's literally designed to recognize faces. So it's like much easier than you think, you know? You just let your brain do what it knows how to do. You look at faces all day long, so if something is off on a face, you should be able to tell. There's like a little highlight on that side, so I'll color everything else in. Boy, oh boy, am I using let up fast, guys. I'm running out of time, so I'm just kind of speeding this up. Speedy, 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 speedy. I want it to go in a different direction than my hair, otherwise you wouldn't even understand what's going on in my drawing. 55 minutes? Oh my goodness, I can't believe we've been drawing for so long, everybody. But like I said, we'll get better and faster. I'm just happy that we were able to comfortably draw the structures, like the facial structures. That looks like a face. Let's do the eyebrows darker. I always get really impatient at the end, and I use like really ugly lines, and it fucks up the whole drawing. But luckily, I've got it all on video, so skip around, see if, as I go, if my drawings get better or worse. Maybe you'll see that they get worse. Oops, I broke a lead, oh no! Does it look like me, everybody? Kinda, sorta. Put like a little shadow down here too. What else could we do? What am I missing? What am I missing? So yeah, next time I'll be more careful not to draw the eyes wrong. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst. I say that every time. It's not the worst. So, at least I can say that much. Actually, that kind of helped. Or not. Once again, I'm just trying to go back in for some of the darkest spots. Ooh, that needed to be done. Yep, that changed it. In a good way. What else? What else? What else? Just happy you guys came along for the ride. If you were here for the whole video, congratulations. You made it. And I'm just trying to add dimension. Really, I probably should have done this in the beginning. I didn't get a good enough job shading the forms of the face, but you know. That's 59 minutes. I'm cutting the clock. So, what do we do at the end of our video, everybody? That's right, we sign and date. Good job, class. So, of course, I'm not doing that yet because I'm still drawing. I just want to get every bit out of this as I can because I'm not coming back to it. And as you can see, I didn't use my eraser because erasers really aren't that necessary if you know what you're doing. Unless you want like a highlight in the nose or, I don't know, somewhere. And the last thing I like to do, I'm going to use, I grabbed purple. I'm going to use, it doesn't have a name to the color. I'm going to call it violet. Just to make it pop, I like to do a little bit of extra. Putting in a background. In the future, once I have a better grasp on drawing my face, I'll start drawing other parts. I'll add my shoulders, I'll add my chest, my stomach, and then eventually in the future I'll be drawing my whole body. So I'll need to have like a full-length mirror so I can stand naked and draw myself for you guys. And I wonder if YouTube will flag me down because it's not going to be sexual, it's going to be artistic, and you're allowed to show the peen if it's artistic. So, give me a rating, and don't be afraid to give me exactly the way you feel about my drawing today, everybody. Do 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 do. JSJ with my butterfly. Happy face. And today is, oh man, my arm really hurts. They say you feel like you get punched in the arm. I feel like I got punched in the arm with that vaccine booster. Today is November 23rd, 2021, and it is 363, I think. But check this out, everybody. You know what this is? It's our binder full of drawings that we've done so far. So that's what we did yesterday. Is that too far? I gotta refocus my phone. There we go. I don't know if that did anything. So, this was what we did today. That's what we did yesterday. That's what we did the first day. I'm going to put 363 because we're doing a countdown. So 363. What do you guys think, everybody? Is this a good drawing? I can already see I missed a big shadow on this side of the face. Maybe I'll put that in real quick before I go. Oh wait, no, the light changed. When I moved the light, that's so funny. But I feel like I would be happier if I did that. So anyways, I'm looking on the screen and I'm like, what looks weird on the screen? Isn't that funny? When I first started the project, one of the most exciting parts was I would take a picture on my phone, I would upload it to Facebook, and then the box would like center around the head because it confused the facial recognition algorithm, and it would actually recognize my face, and that's how I would classify a good drawing from a bad drawing. And I learned that if you made hard lines around the edges, it was easier for the computer to pick up. was today. That was yesterday. I didn't do any of the wrinkles on this side of the shirt. I didn't really have any, but just for effect. Just for effect. And then, so that was like a 3/4 view. That was straight on. And then the day before, the first day, was my birthday. All right, so 3 days in, and these are like exactly the same angle, and I will confidently say this one's better. Like, not by much, but what's different? I've got harder, darker lines going around the edges. You know, the hair. I actually tried to get the direction of my hair more. This one, I mean, I got it a little bit here. There's elements of good and bad in both. I think the eyes I got a little better. The shading on the side of the nose is better. What's good? What's bad? La 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 la. What do you guys think? Someone tell me, like, what's the difference between this and this? Not much. It's only 3 days of work. I could probably, you know, like round it out the back of my head a little bit. Just looks like a little flat. One of the biggest differences was when I did this, I was drawing from my knowledge of this thing. So if I were to compare this whole side of the head should be shadowed because that's just the shape, you know, but the light's coming from there, so I didn't shade it, but you still have to. So that's the tricky part, is like your eyes can deceive you. So the longer you work with drawing, the easier it is for your brain to handle the information of what it's looking at and then translate it onto the paper. You know, like all of these shadows I should put in before I start putting everything else on top, but we're doing a little of this, a little of that. We're getting there. So eventually. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. So day 1, just to show you one more time. Day 2. Day 3. And that's only 3 days of work. So maybe by tomorrow we'll have an even better one because I'm giving myself homework to draw these facial planes again, you know? Like, I was practicing them, but I didn't really shade them or anything. And I was really, really, really tired, so I like to stay up late drawing. It's fun. So this video is already long enough. I'm going to let you guys go, but thanks, class, because this is a class. We are building a community of artists where we like and share and comment on each other's stuff, and then maybe in the future I'll draw myself, you draw you, we can put the drawings together. You know, wouldn't that be fun? So, it's still a pandemic. Make sure you wash your hands, wear a mask, get the booster, do some yoga, don't forget to stretch, meditate, sleep, drink lots of coffee. No, I'm kidding. I'm looking at it and I can see things are off, but I'm just not, my eye isn't good enough, so I've just got to practice drawing and then my eyes will get better, and my eyes are better, then I'll be able to draw better. So it's kind of weird, but that's just the way it works. Drawing, it's not about how you hold the pencil. I mean, it is, but it's all about looking. So I stopped making sense a long time ago, so I'm gonna stop. I never know how to end these videos. That's how I always end the videos. Look how flat my head is. It looks very flat, but I was just drawing what I was looking at, and my eyes are deceiving me, so I don't want them to deceive me anymore. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Thanks again. We got another drawing done. I'm so happy. Bye. Love ya.